Okay, so this is our last in a series of very informative, I think, topics. We started out with what is love, then we dealt with what is truth, what is family, what is the kingdom of God, and now the simplest. What is the nature of the universe? You may think you know, but I ask you to be open. This is something that is such a difficult thing for us to grasp, the universe. But we can't see the nature of the universe around us, but what we see are patterns. You're aware of that? We see patterns in our world. The first thing that we see is the patterns of life around us. And the ancient people would see the pattern of the sun rising and setting, the pattern of the seasons. And since they didn't really know what was happening, but they saw the patterns, they made up some beautiful stories about the reason behind these occurrences. So there was a fight in the sky, and then the sun lost. And that's why it would go dark at night. And then there would be a resurrection of the sun in the morning. So the gods were having this great interplay. You know, you can look at all of our ancient history. Everything in nature had a story behind it. Because we don't look at it that way. We think the stories are interesting, don't we? But the sun still goes. We see it, then we don't. Actually, we're the one turning around the sun. The patterns are still here. And then when we did realize that we were turning around the sun wasn't dying every day, we had this great idea, and we made more stories up. Do you see? Every time we find a little bit of an understanding behind the patterns, our stories begin. New stories, new hypotheses of what is and what should be. The problem is, we're looking at it from our eyes, but the patterns don't change. Isn't that interesting? The patterns don't change. You know, if you lived in Georgia, which you do, you would know that summer does not end until the kudzu blooms. You know that. When you smell the kudzu, you know the summer is at end. And you know momentarily fall will begin. But that's our marker. What if we lived 100 years ago? We'd have some great stories about that, wouldn't we? It'd be fabulous. It'd be interesting. We're always in the process of creating stories to explain what we cannot explain. So what I want us to do today is maybe open up to releasing some stories for just a moment. Can we do that? Maybe looking at things a little bit differently. The patterns are real. The catalyst we do not understand. Many years ago, Nan brought this book to my attention, Love Without End. And I went, yeah, I'm busy. And thanks for sharing. And then this past year, Denise Olive gave this to me as a gift. I think it was either our birthday or Christmas. And I thought, well, you know, when the universe brings it to you 3 times, normally you'll do it. And I thought, well, that's okay, universe, I'll pick it up and read it. So in my spare time, I've been reading for many months. I've only gotten that far. But it's a very, very interesting book. Has anybody read this, Love Without End? It's a woman's experience. She actually was an artist, and in the story, Jesus Christ, the man, sat for her and posed while she painted him. And in this series of months, they dialogued. And it's a very interesting perspective because the languaging that is used when she's quoting Jesus is extremely scientific. It's not, hey, yeah, what's up? It's very mentally oriented and very factual. So I wanted to share just a little bit in here about the universe because I thought it was pretty cool. All right, and this is a quote for what she said Jesus said. Most scientific theories and general assumptions interpret energy as force, combustion, and pressure waves. This concept goes something like this. Force results in pressure waves. Pressure waves create density. Density results in matter. And everything left over is infinity. So I read that again. Force results in pressure waves. Pressure waves create density. Density results in matter. and then everything else is infinity. Therein lies the real contradiction. A leftover cannot be defined and provides no basis for understanding. As long as infinity is regarded as an indefinable leftover, how can its properties be described? How can it be used? How can it be permeated or activated? So that's infinity is what we would call the universe. Yes? And then it says this. Magnetic attraction explains the greater unity experience. And it is actually magnetic cohesion that integrates interdimensional fields, which in turn support and connect all physical reality. And infinity is not left over. It is the unifying factor that integrates everything. When man's basis of thinking changes from force to attraction, every aspect of technology will change as well. Okay, so that's what I really want us to look at today. How many of us act in force? Did y'all follow what I read? Interesting, isn't it? How many of us act in force? We create our lives in force. We decide to do something and we make it so. How many of us decide to do something and simply attract? I shall sit back and allow it to be. I shall trust that it will come to pass. You know, we don't operate in the energy of attraction. We operate in the energy of force. And this is what they're saying. Until we come to the understanding that the universe, and our dimension in particular, is fed by attraction, by magnetic energy, not force. So in this we can understand that if we are the magnet, if attraction is what keeps everything cohesive, then the magnetic energy between the universe and us is what feeds us, not the force. Take a breath. In this we can understand I vibrate. When I vibrate, I call forth. I am one with the universe. I am one with Creator. Okay? Set that aside. Back to the patterns of life. Do you realize that in the patterns of life, every cycle, something is happening? When you sleep, your body's rejuvenating. Everything physical, something's going on within you all the time. You don't have to think about it. The cycles of life are all about a purpose and a reason. At night, things happen to the earth. In the winter, the cold, things happen to the earth. The spring, things happen to the earth. The summer, things happen to the earth. All of these things are a part of the earth being fed and balanced. All of the subtle things that happen when you're not paying attention are as a part of you being fed and balanced. Simple thought, All right. Everything that happens in these subtle moments, is any of it driven by force? No. You don't have to go to bed and say, all right, body, darn you. You will process, you will rejuvenate, and you will be repaired when I awaken, and I will feel good. No, we relax, we let go of our thoughts, and we let the body do what it needs to do. We accept processes that we don't understand. And do we make up stories about them? Yes. Yes, we do. Because we don't understand the catalyst. So what I want you to think about is this. The subtle energies that are always at work are a magnetic draw as well. They are magnetically drawing energy to you to help you rebuild, to help you become fed, to help you with your own life. The invisible substance of the universe is actually being drawn into your being. So, what we see in the patterns is the nature of the universe is to support life. Look at all the patterns in nature. Look at the patterns within us. The nature of the universe is to support life. That's your answer to the question of the day. What is the nature of the universe? It is to support life. Now, the nature of being is to magnetically draw what it needs. Creatures draw what they need, birds draw what they need, crops draw what they need. Being, do you draw what you need? Are we drawing magnetically what we need to thrive? As I draw what I need, I express my light. I give back to the universe a beautiful pattern that only I can express. The universe then uses that energy to feed others. And I express and I give back to the universe. And it's a beautiful circle of thriving, of life. I want to take us back to the Aquarian in introduction again. We read this just a couple of weeks ago. Levi's writing about the creation, and he says this: "From the heart of love, unnumbered spirits were sent forth to demonstrate the height, the depth, the width, and the boundlessness of love." Unnumbered spirits sent forth to express the height, the depth, the width, and the boundlessness of love. If that is our job, and we are here, and the universe is here to support us, as we express, we are fulfilling the original destiny. As we create, we are taking our place in experiencing and trying to find the boundlessness of love. It's a grand purpose, isn't it? Are y'all resonating? Mm-hmm. All right. Think of this. Think of the universe as this pool of energy. And think of yourself as a magnet. How is your magnet charged? What are you putting into this pool to draw to you? This is what they asked me to share with you. If you have a magnet that is charged for success, everything I do will be successful. If you have a magnet that is charged with an energy of less than or victim consciousness, everything I do will promote the idea that I cannot. Victim consciousness, I cannot. In Life and Teachings, it says Leonardo da Vinci said that the greatest way to deny the inner Christ is to say, I cannot. I can't do that. If your magnet is charged that way, what are you drawing to you? Because the universe is lovingly supporting the magnet that's being expressed. If you're charged for the good of the whole, what will come back to you? The good of the whole. When we see it as this beautiful source seeking to support us, the responsibility of what we are experiencing falls on us. So we can see the patterns in our world to see what kind of magnet we've been putting out there. Do you understand? All right. You can actually think and focus on your dreams. You can actually say something like, I would like success. I would like success. And let's say the magnet that you have vibrating within you is a belief system that life is hard. But you're going to a metaphysical church and you know you can do anything. They're saying you can do anything, and you're going to take that affirmation and you're going to say, life is a success for me. What are you likely going to experience? Hard success. If my magnet is vibrating at difficulty, Bonnie excelled. She conquered that one. But if the magnet is vibrating at life is hard, you can affirm all you want, I want success, but it's going to come to you via the magnet. A lot of people might want a new mate. I want a new mate. But they've been living so long on their own and so proud that they're taking care of their life and so in charge. Got it going on. I don't need anyone's help. I'm paying all my bills and I'm happy, but I want a mate. What mate are they likely going to attract? One that... I was trying. You're trying, that's good. But they might attract one that they would have to take care of because I do it myself. Or they would attract one that would repel them. That they would go, I don't want you. Because I still need to be in charge. And you want a partner? You want a partner? I'm a partner. I'm in charge. I just want a mate. You see, the magnet is stronger than your affirmations. So we have to begin to really move to the depth of our being and start changing the wiring of our internal magnet. Change the wiring. You can do it through affirmations. You can do it through affirmations. But you cannot maintain your core and put icing on top of it. It's still going to draw what your core is. You all with me?
Yes.
Okay. So we're going to talk about recharging our magnet for just a little bit. Are you interested in doing it?
Yes.
One thing that I experienced with my life, I used to always, and I mean for 20 years, my affirmation and my prayer every morning was, God, what is your will for me today? God, what is your will for me today? That sounds like a good affirmation, doesn't it? And then Cindy would do, I got you, I got it, God, I'm going to go do that. Okay? I got the ball, I'm running with it. Now, is God any more a part of my play? No, He passed me the ball. He passed it to me. Now, I am going to make it happen. So, recently this year, my affirmation changed. It became, God, what is my life in your will? Do you feel the difference?
Say it again.
What is my life in your will? Now I am moving my whole game into the will of God, instead of trying to catch the ball and run with it. What is my life in your will? Do you see how that changes my magnet? Changes my magnet. So that everything within me will now vibrate toward what is my life in your will. And this isn't an affirmation that I said repeatedly to make it so. It was a deep-seated desire to know what I was saying was not enough. Deep-seated desire, shift. Magnet begins to vibrate differently. When that magnet begins to vibrate differently, then everything that begins to happen to me responds to that energy. Do you understand? Becomes a different experience. I want to share just a little teeny story. I'm the woman of stories. Stories to help us understand the patterns. Yesterday at our concert, we had started very early, worked a lot. There was a lot of details going on, a lot of things happening. And I was looking at the time because I was the one that was going to keep it on schedule. Everyone who spoke to me said, these concerts always run long. You just can't control it. These are musicians. I went, that doesn't compute to me. We have a timetable. I have a moon in Capricorn. We will stay on schedule. And we did almost, right to the end. But so we're coming down to crank time. It's time to start, and we're still doing sound checks. And, the guys are working so hard trying to get it going, and we're like right at noon. And in my mind, I wanted to do this beautiful prayer, bringing us together, thanking the universe, opening our hearts, acknowledging music is the language of the soul. We will always have music, no matter what our beliefs are. It was just this beautiful thing that I felt from my heart and I really wanted to share. Well, at that time, I got to go. So I went up and I did my introduction. And it was not a prayer. It was, here we go, here's our opening act, blah, blah, and off I went. So I only introduced the act so they could get going, so we could stay on time. I walked back, and the two people I see first are Noel and David. They are two of the three people in the world who know my idiosyncrasies and have to deal with me when I'm in my stuff. And they happen to be talking to each other. And it was like, and I walked up to them and went, I didn't pray. Oh my God, I didn't pray. I mean, I was floored. I was floored. It was like, I didn't pray. And both of them spoke to me, but what I heard was this. I heard, it's okay. It's okay. Maybe that just wasn't the right energy for it. And then I said, but I really wanted to share my heart. And David said, it's a long day. When the time is right, you'll do that. Don't worry about it. And I was comforted in that moment. Because you know me in praying. Where I am, there will be prayer. It's what I do, it's who I am. And we went through the concert, and the moment never came up to make the grand talk about the fabulous day and what we were all doing esoterically and astrologically, and because it was about music. And I was really good with everything that happened, except, of course, I hadn't prayed. So I woke up this morning and I said to Patrick, honey, I didn't pray. And he said, Cindy, the concert was a prayer. You've prayed at every step of that concert, and that concert was a prayer. And
hey, Patrick.
and I needed to hear that, and then Spirit was able to get through to me. That was not a time for me to teach. That was a time for each and every heart that was there to shine, to bring their gift to the crowd, to bring their light, from the musicians to the cooks to the guys manning the jumpy. It was a time for us to come together just to shine our lights. And that was like such a gift for me. And then they said, your life is a prayer. The magnet within you is vibrating. There's nothing you can do that would be outside of that. Even if I don't see it or don't understand it. There's nothing within me that would be outside of my desire to be in God's love. Do you know? And that's the truth of my magnet. But do you not think I'd still beat myself up? Yes. I'm working on it. But I can trust that when something happens, that somewhere in that is a blessing from God. Even if I cannot see it. Because my magnet has been wired to, what is my life in your will, God? What is my life in your will? Now, you guys are not ministers. I know that you might want to wire to love. You might want to wire to being aligned with the good of the whole. You might want to wire to success. Maybe your soul needs to feel like it has that unlimited success in this lifetime. But I want you to hear the internal core is what is drawing. In the night when you sleep, in the day when you speak, with every thought, the internal core is vibrating out to the universe, and the universe is here to support life. And you are asking it to support you in this specific way. Affirmations are fabulous. Give it fertile soil, and you have the magic. Give it fertile soil. Can you feel something that you want to be charged to? Does anybody feel that inside them? Success, love, truth. Truth is a wonderful thing to be charged to. Helping, anything. My path is not your path. Your path is your path. And your soul has you here for a reason. Think about that internal vibration of your spirit going out into the world. Think about that. Shall we shift it? Does anybody want to recharge your magnet?
Yeah.
All right, let's put our feet on the floor. Just take a breath and feel a beautiful column of light come over you. And feel God. God, our Father, our Mother. We just ask to feel that beautiful light that pours through us. We ask to feel your presence. And I would ask you now to let your focus go to your heart. And I want you to ask the universe to show you, universe, show me the magnet you respond to. Show me the energy within me that you respond to. And I want you to just go forward and look. It may have a color, a shape, there may be a word. Whatever you see is appropriate and perfect for this moment. Show me that energy within me that you respond to. And when you see it, or feel it, or hear it, it should be very familiar. Yes, I understand. Now I want you to feel the presence of Jesus Christ by your side. Feel that beautiful consciousness within Him, that mastery of matter, walking on the earth plane, having all success, abundance, love, truth, all the beautiful aspirations that you might have in your heart, He demonstrated. I want you to take Him by the hand and let your desire open in your heart. How do you want to shift your magnet? Just look at it. Just look at it. Hold the hand of the Christ. How do you want to shift your magnet? Let the love flow. And I want you to see the energy of your words moving into this magnetic force. Whatever has come for you, let it move into the magnetic force. As you feel this energy, notice the shifts. The color may change, the shape may change. Whatever has been visually calming to you will alter. And I want you to feel. Does it feel expanded? Take a breath and pull the energy back into the heart. Feel that magnetic energy going deep within the heart center. And I want you to feel your body beginning to radiate out. God, our Father, our Mother, we ask that the universe feed us now. We open to that universal support, colored by the energy of the heart, colored by the magnet within. And feel yourself becoming one with that flow of energy. Feel the light moving from you and the light moving to you. I am safe in the loving heart of God. And all possibilities lie before me. Feel that beautiful gratitude. Feel the love. And just send your love to God. And we thank you, God. And breathe, open your eyes when you're ready. As you go forth this week, I want you to take a moment to look at the patterns that you see. And I want you to ask yourself, what is this to me? Try not to look at the stories. Try not to make up a story. Try just to see what is there. Do you see the leaves turning? What is that to me? Do you see someone bringing you something? What is that to me? How is this reflecting my magnetic charge? And look to see the universe feeding you in a new and different way. Can you accept it?
Yes.
Say yay, God.
Yeah.
So it is.